Good morning, Munich. Good morning, worldwide. And it's really a lovely day in Munich. We are in West Park, and we are here in the Chinese garden. So what a beautiful day to start the day about talking about self-love. Yes, I am with me here, my dear colleague. We work together at Conox, and well, we decided to have to talk about self-love. Introduce yourself a little bit.
Good morning, everyone. Beautiful day to be here. Thank you, Melvin, for having me here. My name is Mohammed Ali Azhar. Originally, I'm from Pakistan. I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, did some job in a multinational company. Then I moved here in Germany in 2021 to do my master's in management. And for the last 1 year, I'm working at Conox with your team. It's really nice to work with them. I really appreciate Melvin's and the mission that you have, the values that you share, the energy you bring to the table. It's really lovely. I'm excited what we are going to talk today about self-love. Let's explore.
Explore, as life is always evolving. At your age now, you are thinking about self-love. I discovered self-love at the age of 40. And you are still young. But I just want to to know why now. Maybe you can just walk me through your journey to self-love or love.
Melvin, I'm an overthinker. Overthinkers they think a lot for the situations even that have not happened. Since my childhood, part of my culture, where I'm coming from, I have seen people giving others much of what they don't have. There's a void. When I see some elderly people, at their age, we did everything for others, we did for our families, for friends, for work, for everything. But at the end of the day, they have a void in them. So that void is coming because you cannot deliver the thing that you don't have to others. It's like you are just pushing yourself. It's really important to love others. You should love yourself first because you have to be fulfilled in order to spread what you have. People spread the positivity. They can only spread the positivity if it comes within them. If they are fulfilled with this. So that's a thing. Maybe some experiences, of course you say it's true that at this age, but I would say honestly, I observe things very radically, very closely, and I see the behavior of people, how it changes over time. This is really how life has been treating you. And my journey towards, because I also have moved to Turkey for my Erasmus exchange program in 2018. I was very young by then. So I studied there for 1 semester. It was a new culture to me. Then I started to explore the world in a very different paradigm of, and then of course then COVID comes, you see a lot. COVID, I think, probably it's not just supply chain things in COVID, but there's a lot to learn from COVID when you are in the viral infections, when you see that there are some limitations that people would, cut you off. They have to cordon you off in a proper room. No one is going to talk to you. No one is going to see you. So then and there, if you don't have that love for yourself and the energy, exactly, to fight, there are some disease, there are some hard times, there are rough times. And the good thing that I've learned in my life is my problems are mine. It's only me who has to go through it. I have to go through it, whether I'm willing, whether I'm not willing, whether I'm like just, okay. So just sitting and crying about something is not gonna help. So you have to embrace it. You have to develop the strategies. You need to work through it. And that's how it made me feel like, okay, like that, because for me, it's like every crisis brings you an opportunity to learn. So probably I learned these things. Then I came here, like it's been almost 2 years. Of course, you are here for 30 years, it's a lot. So in 2 years, I've realized, okay, you need to learn the art to battle all alone. And for that, you need energy, you need love, you need affection. And most importantly, you need trust in yourself. And all this comes from self-love.
Self-love, yes. So I'm so happy that at your younger age now you think about that. And it is really true that, first the foundation of life is love.
Exactly.
And we talk about what does love means to you. You talk about selfless. You talk about I don't know what was that's your meaning of of love.
Love comes from respecting each other,
yes.
caring for. I mean, it's like a stage. So first you respect someone.
Yes.
You have good feelings. You
Yes.
care for them.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if you dive into it, then you become selfless. There's a point.
Yes.
And then you have to have the very set boundaries
Yes.
to give them a space.
And these boundaries, I call it self-love.
Yeah. True. True.
Because you talk about affection, you talk about respect, you talk about kindness, and these are the foundations of our love.
True.
This is the foundation of our life, because life means love. So we are here to create something to love each other.
Exactly.
But in order to grow, sometimes you may be selfless, but it's not really very right, because you always have to have the boundaries. In order for you to explore life, you have to have these boundaries, because all it counts at the end of the day. It always counts the energy.
Yeah.
You only have the energy to give, but you know, I always mentioned it also in my YouTube channel that there is a cup of life. Just imagine this is the cup, and you have to fill in this first.
Yeah.
What flows outside, you can give this.
True.
You only can give
What you have.
what you have, and what the extra you have. The extra love that you have, you can give. The
Yeah.
extra, the extra money that you have, you can give. Because you also have needs, personal needs.
True.
And you know what? It's really very important to understand what self-love is, because I took a lot of people and they told me that you are egoist. No, because you can only give what you have, but you can only give the extra that you have. Because you talk about void, you
Yeah.
talk about lost. It's good to love someone, to show kindness and to give something to them. But there's always a boundary, because if you sacrifice yourself just to show your love to them, first you are hurting yourself.
True.
It could be that when we talk about financially, you cannot actually afford it, but you think that it's love, you just give everything to them. And then at the same time, you are sacrificing yourself because you don't have money.
Yeah.
At the same, when we talk about love, yeah, whether it's platonic love or romantic love, you always have to keep something for you. Give only extra.
Yeah.
And what that does it mean? These boundaries. If you can just imagine this circle and you are inside, this boundaries is not static. In every pieces in your life, it just expand, because you have lots of things. You have different. Maybe you have other perspective in life, or you think something before which you understand now, and you accept people, and expands. But this inside this circle, inside the boundaries, this is where you can grow.
Yeah.
This is where you are happy. You have fun in life, because you are not sacrificing yourself. It could be that sometimes we compromise, but compromise is different from sacrificing.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that self-love. You must understand that, so that when it comes to COVID, there are lots of learnings. Yeah, you cannot you cannot meet people. There was a limit, but if you love yourself, actually you are happy, because you don't need people. You don't need things to be happy, and you are just contented of what you have. Yeah.
Melvin, I mean, of course, I agree with what you said, but there are some things. I mean, what of course I've learned in my age is like, of course, there are some people who go beyond love, and they see the word you use, like sacrifice and compromise, is really nice. I mean, life is all about compromise. You have to make compromises at different stages. It's completely fine. But yeah, when you was talking about sacrifice, so what I've learned across the people is that if you love, then for me, it's like I cannot love everyone at each level. So there
No,
are some
no.
people who are much closer,
Yes.
some people who are just on the, their surface.
But you can only
Yeah.
show kindness.
Yeah,
So,
kindness
and
is,
love.
I think
Yeah.
kindness is for everyone. The
Yeah,
the
yeah.
people you see on the street,
Yeah.
it does not take a lot to just say a very
Hello,
smiley hello
yeah.
to them.
Yes.
You see some children playing around, just stop by them, just say a hello.
Or give smile.
Give them a smile.
Yeah.
If you have some chocolates, you just give to them.
Yeah.
It's really important
It's
to
also
spread.
it's also expressions of
Yeah,
love.
exactly. And you feel very much overwhelmed when you see these things. Okay, that how I am a part of this society who can spread little love
Yeah.
to this really burning society in this era. I think just simple kind of act of kindness can do a lot.
Yes.
And if you love, so you need to understand one most important thing, that love unconditionally is really important. And because people, what's the problem with the people who are being basically hurt, or what I would say, they at the end of the day they say the void, because they love in respect to some expectations.
Yes.
So-
This is okay. I understand. And you can love someone unconditionally, but you don't. If you love someone, don't expect in
Yeah,
return.
exactly,
It's just like, because when you have expectations and they cannot fulfill it, then you are
hurt,
or
and
you are
when
have
you're
pains.
hurt,
Yeah.
then you are like, and sometimes when you are hurt and you cannot relate how and here comes the importance of self-love. So if you are even hurt by just someone else,
Yeah.
and you don't know self-love, you know what, you cannot figure out why you are being hurt. So it's really
Yeah.
important, in order to understand what is actually happening to you, why it is happening to you, you need to know yourself first.
Yeah.
There are some people who would ask others for validation. I am totally against this.
No. If you have self-love,
Yeah.
you know who you are.
Yeah, exactly. This is
You
really
know who
important.
you are, and you know who your value. So you don't actually need validation for others.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's really important. But unfortunately, the society here, they are like people, they get their dopamine, they get their energy, their boost from being validated from others. That is why we are portraying, we are being loved, we are spreading love, but we actually don't, because we are all at the surface. And this is just happening because deep down we don't love ourselves.
Yes.
If we start to love ourselves first, so that you told,
Yeah.
that the cup is full,
Yeah.
and now you have a lot to give to the others.
Yes.
But it's really important to be contented. It's really important to be validated. It's really important to be loved by yourself.
Yes.
Understand it. I'm not saying that you be egoistic or you become
No.
overconfident. No, you should know yourself first so well. It's important for us to be validated, to be acknowledged, because I've seen people being manipulated by others. It's really easy to manipulate others by
Yeah.
just taking them to the other direction, because they seek validation externally.
Yes.
And that's a real way of exploitation. Exploited, and it's an easy way to get to them. But if you are really happy, I'm not saying being egoistic or being overconfident. If you are self-contented, you need to be validated. You need to know your values well enough that no one can play around with you on this regime.
Yeah.
So you become the best version of yourself. You are so much fulfilled that you have a lot to give on the table. So
Yeah.
that is the real importance of self-love, how it needs to be implanted, how you need to learn to have it before it's too late.
If you know who you are,
Uh-huh.
and you know your inner core, your inner value, the purpose of life, it is really very difficult to manipulate you, because you know
Yeah.
who you are. So I'm really happy that you think about this, and I will be publishing my book. It's all about self-love. But when I wrote this book, because I had a life crisis, and then I am always strong. I was always strong, and I was thinking and questioning myself why I am so strong. What is my fundament in life? So I started writing this book, and I hope I can publish this year or next year. But it takes time to to dive in. I just want to give you some of my insights what is self-love to me? I have four pillars. This is spirituality, personal development, and of course your
True.
career. And it's also about taking good care of yourself, your health, your mind, and so on. And then you have the financial literacy, because we all want to leverage our life. And my main mission purpose in life also is to combat poverty. And then the last is love to Mother Earth, because we can give love to everybody, but also we have to take good care of the Mother Earth. And this is all about the content of my book, Self-Love. And as I've said, thank you very much for your time.
Melvin, for having me here, giving me a chance to express my feelings with you, and it's a really nice day to talk you with on about a really nice topic, and looking forward for your book.
Yes, thank you very much.
I'll be probably among the first few people who would really love to read the things, because it's really important to know the journey. You know, because it's easy to sell what you say, okay, self-love is this and that, but the most important thing that people need now is your journey. That how you have been through these things, that you learned at this age, the importance of self-love, the love to earth, the spirituality that you are talking. So it's really important to know the journey.
This is my story, my journey to self-love. I want to motivate the younger generation to think about themselves, to think about self-love, and most of all, to fight against poverty and know about financial literacy.
Financial literacy, it's now growing very, in this era of inflation, how the world dynamics are changing. It's really important to know and plan, financial planning. These are really important aspects, and I think they should come to the children, to the new growing
generation.
It's not like you should be careful it once you are in your 20s or 30s. You should come up from a very younger age.
I'm with you. Do you have a last message to my viewers?
I would say love yourself,
love
your earth, love your parents, love your family, love yourself first.
So we are here on earth to create something. Love you first before others.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.